There will be no pump for XRP on the Torres verdict. Wait until you see this post I gotta share with you. ETH, BTC, and the rest of the market crashing on fears that Jerome overcooked the turkey. U.S. policies affecting the globe. And an update to socialized losses when it comes to crypto hacks. XRP volume and price action at the end.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Socialized losses in crypto. Come on now, what kind of crap is that? I'll tell you what kind of crap it is. Happy Saturday, everyone. Hopefully your weekend is off to a juicy start. I had some extracurricular fun this morning. Ian Viador says, I'm about to get some blue balls from all this XRP price action anticipation. That's right, your comments come first. Drop me something hot, something spicy. Maybe I'll share it in the next video. Man, you fuck you mean says, she's probably doing it on purpose because she knows when she delivers, the markets are either going to go to the moon or down the drain. We're all expecting massive price action when it comes to XRP, but there's someone out there that's saying, girlfriend, it ain't going to happen. Maravik Stahl says, buddy, there's not been any Torres news. XRP already won the case and there will be no settlement. Dude, it's not about XRP winning the case. What Judge Torres has to do right now is deliver the penalty for primary sales. LBRY got destroyed as a company because the penalty for primary sales was too high. This is massive. If there is a very soft penalty, we can expect XRP to move heavily. If there is a very heavily penalty, that won't be good, and we know it'll happen to the market. So yeah, XRP hasn't won. We've gotten clarity from one judge regarding secondary sales. That's it, but primaries getting wrecked. Bitcoin sitting at 62,161. ETH is 3,013. BNB is pulling back heavy, deep in the red, 5%. Sol as well. Sol's buy the rumor, sell the news when it comes to ETF. Sure as hell ain't happening. By the way, Sol missed the money line on every prop bet that I have been looking at along with Bitcoin. Yeah, the day before prop bets were to expire, it's when the market started folding. XRP's at 56.9. We're going to talk about that a lot at the end. XLM, hey, if you got a dime, you can buy one XLM and have some money left over. So we covered the Wazir X hack when it came out, and I told you that the exchange was going to socialize losses. And to give you a quick recap, this is what they were talking about. Even if your crypto wasn't hacked, everyone was going to have to eat the poop sandwich and take some losses, take some locked action. Listen to this. The decision was proposed for every user, irrespective of whether their funds had been stolen or not. The plan's unclear and ineffective rationalization was presented to the crypto exchange with quite a backlash. So in the interim, a source familiar with the matter said the plan wasn't final. So to restart operations, the exchange had to chart a forward path and reach out to the community's feedback. After the blowback, Wazir X decided to go slow on it. So essentially what happened was they were hacked for $235 million, and a bunch of assets were stolen. But there was also tons that wasn't even touched. So for the peoples whose stuff wasn't touched, they had to take the loss as well. The loss was socialized past to the community. There was massive outrage. In fact, when I broke the story, because remember, I bring news whether it's good or bad, happy or sad, regarding the entire crypto market. When I broke the story, a bunch of you out there said the same thing. Wait a minute. My stuff isn't even stolen, and you're going to make me pay the penalties to get us back into operating condition? This is why we need some sort of FDIC-style insurance for these exchanges. ETH crashes below 3,000 mid-U.S. recession failures. It wasn't just ETH, it was the entire market. I showed you in a video a couple days ago that the market pulled back as soon as Jerome Powell got on the mic. And we watched the market just peel down, 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 because even he wasn't as dovish as the market expected. The market in red right now was pricing in more optimism from Jerome Powell. And Jerome said, we might do a cut, but we might have to keep rates higher because, you know, things aren't coming down inflation-wise the way we need it. Then what happened was a jobs report came out, and it was bad. Now the economy and top economists are out there saying, well, wait a minute. Maybe Jerome left rates too high for too long and overcooked the turkey. I want to hear from you. Did Jerome overcook it by leaving rates? So I think about it. For my viewers and friends across the pond, y'all have seen rate cuts already. For my friends du Nord, yeah, that's right, in Canada, you've seen 2 rate cuts already. But Jerome is holding steadfast. Ripple SEC ruling why the price may not record a surge. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me share what Rachel has to say, and as always, any article you see in this video, along with all my other ones, will be linked in the description below. And again, in case you missed it at the beginning of the video, happy fucking Saturday, everyone. Seriously, I hope this is a good weekend for everyone. I'm going to go to the lake. I'm going to listen to some live music, maybe drink a few beers if I feel good. Let me know down below what you're doing. Rachel says this, I hate to be the one to say it, but I do not think the final Ripple SEC Torres event will do anything for the price of XRP. Girlfriend, come on now, man. It is totally like a pressure cooker. We've been watching XRP pump on Torres action. We saw when day hours went away, it started going away, and when the idea of no action happened, well, the market started peeling back. People are expecting action, but here's what she says. It's simply the details on how Ripple will be punished for the few minor indiscretions it committed. No, it's for primary sales. That's not a few minor indiscretions. Look what happened to LBRY. They got destroyed as a company. 2, the point at which clarity was decided would have been the time to see it move upward in a big way. It did not. But what about institutions? Come on, everyone. Institutions are big money. So a decision that affects institutions that can have ripple effects for the rest of crypto, yeah, there's definitely going to be price action tied to it. Number 3, institutions only needed to hear it was legal now to buy, hold, and use. That happened. No, this was one judge giving her view on the situation. It's not law. It's not going to set a precedent that's going to be used for a whole bunch of other things. We've already had other judges out there say, look, we don't care what Torres says. We're viewing the law differently. Says, all in my opinion, I do agree a minor bump in price may happen, but this will not be the moonshot. Again, my opinion. Now, in terms of the moonshot, if the penalty is next to nothing, like easily digestible, you could easily see XRP pump solidly. Why? Because if the penalty is minimal, that means if the SEC goes after other companies for the same crap, these other companies would be able to afford the damages, which means business could go on as usual as they pay the penalty. But now remember, when the SEC came out and the SEC said, yo, girlfriend, we want a $2 billion penalty on Ripple, I want you now to apply that same logic to a bunch of other crypto companies out there and tell me, could they digest $2 billion? Hell no. If you were to go on this heat map and play some of this action over here, you think a lot of these here could afford a $2 billion penalty? No. So the whole market right now is going to see what is the next precedent set when it comes to the penalty. We saw what happened to our LBRY and think they had to destroy their tokens. Yeah, the company is done. LBRY got destroyed by the SEC. So we want to see now, how does Torres interpret the penalties for XRP primary sales? Now, in the short term, volume is down 20% over the last 24 hours, still sitting fairly decent at 1.5 billion. We know the volume's going to go down on the weekend. Why? Because there's really not much speculative action on the weekend. Like, what's going to happen? Torres ain't going to work in the weekend. If homegirl ain't delivering us a decision during the business days, she sure as shit ain't going to do it on her days off. Now, price-wise, we did bounce up quite distinctively here from 55 cents. Let's go to the candlesticks, switch it on over to the 15-minute, and see exactly what I'm talking about. And that's right here at 1 and 1:15 in the morning. That would be this morning. I was fast asleep by then. 2 candlesticks breached to 54.3, 54.3, back to back right there. And we have since moved up. Now, this was very close to the previous candlesticks that happened at 3:15 the previous day. That was at 54.6 and 54.8. So you're seeing a little bit of close support here on the bottom, but it's not solidified just yet. So now going into this weekend, low volume, yes. Expectation of Torres verdict? Hell no, girlfriend. Did Jerome overcook the turkey? Very possible. Socialized losses when it comes to crypto? Take that bullshit somewhere else. And I really wanted to emphasize and highlight to everyone what is going on with Torres right now. Remember, Torres is just one judge. One judge interpreting a case, interpreting a law, interpreting laws from 33 and 34 and applying them to situations today. And we got to admit, other judges have taken different viewpoints. Other judges have even publicly come out and said in their writings, what Torres said, we don't agree with. We're going to do our own interpretation. So yes, this is really, really big because we need to see how she leans in terms of primary sales penalty. Hopefully one of the penalties isn't you got to destroy the rest of your XRP. Let's hope that's not the case because that would be very, very bad for the entire market. Now, in terms of overcooking the turkey and not doing the rate cuts fast enough, I got to be honest with you. When we zoomed out, I was one of the few people, well, I don't want to say few because a lot of you were saying it as well, but we were one of the few people out there that said Jerome should have came in with rates higher earlier, and he waited too long, right? I think that's a very common criticism that a lot of us are feeling. Jerome waited too long. Now we're looking at the same thing going, whoa, dude, are you waiting too long now to cut rates? Jobs data came out really rough. And if jobs come out lower and lower and lower, and wages now start coming out lower and lower and lower, you're going to see the consumer part of the economy just start folding in. Why? Well, because even if Jerome Powell lowers the rates 1/4, we're still hanging out at 500 to 525 basis points. That is way expensive compared to what we've been used to over the last few years. The market could digest more comfortably around the 350 to 400 basis point mark, but that's going to take us 6 months, if not longer, to get there. That's a lot of choke, a lot of strain on the economy. I'll give you an example, okay? This is how this shows up in like a real life situation, because I know a lot of the stuff we talk about, very hypothetical, very high level and all that, but let's bring it down to like a granular sense. You want to buy a car or a home, okay? And you're sitting here, and you've got a nest egg. You've got it saved up. You're like, yo, I want to buy it. I'm waiting for rates to come down. Because that $500,000 home paying 7% on it ain't that fun, right? And if you're looking to buy like a $40,000 whip, 7, 8, 9, 10% on that ain't nice at all either. So you're sitting there as a consumer going, you know what? I'm going to wait for them to cut rates so that the home is more affordable. You're going to be waiting a while. And the home really isn't going to be that much more affordable because even if you knock it down with 100 basis points on the cut, that same home now is more than twice the cost as what it was going into 2020, 2021. So it's still way higher if you look at the linear time evolution of things. Way, way higher. So did Jerome overcook the turkey? Jesus, I keep talking about turkey. I think I'm going to like get one. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to tell my wife, like, yo, sweetie, can we do a turkey next weekend? Because I keep talking about turkey, and I kind of like turkey. But I'm not going to be the dude that sticks my hand up turkey butt and pulls all the stuff out. No, I'll let someone else do it. Maybe I'll make my kids do that. But that's the deal. Torres primary, pressure cooker, you better believe it. Could we moon on the action? Yeah, of course, if we get a really favorable ruling. Could the market get crushed on the action? You bet your butt if they start saying, look, these are the penalties and it's a big list, and all of a sudden we start saying, yo, the rest of crypto can't digest that. But I want to hear from you. It's Saturday, super sexy Saturday. What are you doing? Let me know in the comments down below, and while I stretch today because my pelvis is a little taut, I'll be reading your comments. Choo-choo, bitches. And I'll catch you cool cats later. But more importantly, just choo-choo, bitches.